Hello students, a very good afternoon to all and welcome to daily newspaper analysis of 9th of May. So today we shall be discussing 5 important topics and one place in news. So yes, good afternoon Krishna, and yes. So these are the 5 important topics for today. So first article discusses about the weakening Rural Employment Guarantee Act under NREGA. So basically this article is discussing that since when the new law came which will be replacing NREGA, so this overall system of rural employment guarantee has weakened a lot. Next article is related to the successful trial of a new glide weapon, and that is Tara. So we shall be discussing about the specifications and what is the significance. Next topic we have about the Hanta virus. So recently there were apprehensions of outbreak of Hanta virus near the Canary Islands. Next article is related to the increasing prevalence of anti-obesity drugs in India because of the increasing cases of non-communicable diseases. Next, we have a topic of Janani portal. So this topic I took from PIB. So we shall be discussing that what is the main purpose of Janani portal. Basically, it is related to the reproductive mother and child healthcare. So we shall be discussing about the important provisions. And next important place was in news, so that you have to search. I will just give the name of that particular place what you have to search for. So these two articles I took from The Hindu, and these articles of hantavirus and anti-obesity drugs are from Indian Express, and finally this article is from PIB. Okay, so let's start our discussion for today. Okay, so basically this article discusses about the issues and challenges under the NREGA Act. Let me change the color. Okay. So basically, let's discuss what the article is saying. See, as you know that NREGA is a rural employment scheme, right? So what is the main purpose of NREGA? This rural employment scheme provides the legal guarantee, right? So what is the important keyword? It provides the legal guarantee. Legal guarantee of what? Legal guarantee of wage employment to the rural households. This was the main purpose of NREGA. So here the idea of NREGA was very simple. If a rural family wants employment, rural family is saying that we want employment because we want to earn money, then it was the duty of government to provide the employment, because since it was the legal guarantee. But according to the hi, okay, hello. Okay, but according to the recent report in 2025-26, the scheme has weakened significantly. This article is discussing this. So even though more and more families are registering under the scheme, but very few families are actually getting the job. So this is the main issue, that more and more families are registering, but not all of them are getting the job. So the number of workers and total working days, or what we call as person days, total working days or the person days. So the number of workers and total working days have reduced sharply. So what will be the impact of this? This will mean that rural families are earning very less money from the scheme, and this will affect their livelihood, and this will affect their overall living. One major concern is that government is bringing a new employment act. I think you might have read also about the Viksit Bharat Guarantee Act. So that act will be replacing NREGA. But many activists are saying that since this law provided the legal guarantee for the rural employment, so basically this law was for the rural people. But if new law is replacing NREGA, then people must be consulted, right? So the activists and various protesters are saying that no one was consulted when it was decided that this new law will be replacing NREGA. So this was the major thing, that there was absence of the proper public consultation. So now, since NREGA is a major support system for the poor households, especially during the difficult times, this will reduce the scope. This will reduce the scope of the support and it will increase the rural distress. So this is the overall gist of the article. Okay, now let's discuss if we are missing anything. So here, what is important for you? See, the new law which we are discussing, that this new law will be replacing NREGA. So what is the new law? It is Viksit Bharat Guarantee for Rozgar and Ajivika Mission Gramin Act of 2025. So this law will be replacing NREGA. Now, first of all, I think we discussed the important issue. Let's discuss. Okay, so let's discuss important provisions of this act and what are the various issues. So here, first thing is, earlier in NREGA Act, 100 days of guaranteed employment was provided. So now this act, the Viksit Bharat Guarantee Act, this act provides 125 days per rural household per financial year. Please remember, what are the provisions of Viksit Bharat Guarantee Act? That earlier 100 days of employment were provided under NREGA. Okay. So what were the main provisions under NREGA? 100 days of employment were provided under that act, and now under this new act, 125 days per rural household will be provided per financial year. So these are the important points for prelims. Next thing is about the pause provision. This pause provision was not part of MG NREGA. So please remember, pause provision is an important part of this Viksit Bharat Act. So what is the pause provision? See, government says that whenever there is peak season for the agricultural activity, peak season means that this is a time of sowing or harvesting. So during the peak season, it is the right of government, or government can do this. Government can say that for 60 days we will not provide employment. So this is the pause provision. So it says it allows the state to notify an aggregated pause window of up to 60 days. And what was the main reason that why government has introduced this clause? The main reason was so as to ensure farm labor availability and prevents wage inflation in agriculture. So why government is doing this? See, government is saying that whenever you want job, and we provide job all the time, so it may happen that there occurs labor scarcity in the farm fields, because agricultural activity is also important. So government is saying that during peak season of agricultural activity, we may not give the work for around 60 days, so that there must be no scarcity of labor in the field. So this is the pause provision. Okay, so I will be discussing that. What is the ratio of the financial? What is the ratio of the financial contribution between center and states? I will be discussing this. Now the next provision is shift to the normative funding. Okay, so now I'm discussing the funding only. So see, earlier what happened in NREGA, central government used to provide 100% assistance for the unskilled jobs. So earlier 100% assistance was provided from the center only. But now this act has brought the normative allocation. Normative allocation means center has set a ceiling, that if any expenditure goes beyond this ceiling, then state has to contribute. So earlier, yes, so yes, you were asking about this contribution, no? So earlier the 100% contribution for unskilled labor was provided by the center only, but now center has introduced a new cost sharing ratio. So for general category states, center will contribute 60%, state will contribute 40%. Earlier, 100% contribution for unskilled labor was provided by the center, and earlier 75%, just a second. Yes, so earlier 75% of contribution for the material, because material was needed for the construction activity, right? So earlier 75% of the material was provided of the expenditure was provided by the center, and 100% funding for the unskilled labor was provided by the center. But now center has changed the cost sharing ratio. So here for general category states, that ratio will be 60:40. For Northeast and Himalayan states, it will be 90:10, and for UTs without legislature, it will be 100% central funding. So these are some of the issues which are raised in the article. See, first important issue is that under Narega, you were very sure that this is the legal guarantee. Whenever any rural household will demand for the job, government has to provide the job. But when we are talking about this Viksit Bharat Act, so everything is very vague. That means the people are not very sure that whether anytime if we want job, government will provide it or not, and whether still we have any legal guarantee or not. Second important challenge is about the pause provision, because pause provision gives the upper hand to the government, that government can say that for up to 60 days we will not provide the job. But what will happen of those people who do not have land or who are the daily wage laborers, because they depend on the because they depend on the daily wages only for their livelihood. So what will happen of those people? So this was the second challenge. And important thing we already discussed, that there was no proper consultation with the actual stakeholders when government was changing this law. And next thing is about the normative funding. See, earlier, as we know, 100% funding for the unskilled labor was provided by the center only. But now center is doing the normative funding, that there will be sharing between center as well as states. Problem here is, since center is saying that 40% of sharing, 40% of funding will be provided by the states. But what will happen of the poor states who do not have that much funding, who are or who cannot provide the 40% funding for the daily wage laborers? So these are some of the important issues, and basically article is saying that Narega Act had many advantages because it provided the legal guarantee, but such thing is not seen here under the new act. Okay. Okay. 125 days. Okay. Central sector. Yes, so at present, no, government has made the new act, that is Viksit Bharat Guarantee Act. So this new act has been made centrally sponsored. Earlier, 100% funding for the non-skilled labor work was provided by the center. 75%, 75 is to 25 is the ratio which is provided for the material by the central government. And of which paying state Haryana. Okay, okay. Now, next article we have about the Tara glide weapon. So basically, what is the news? That successful trial of this glide weapon, that is tactical advanced range augmentation weapon, was conducted by DRDO. So first of all, let's understand the basic concept. See, for example, I have a normal bomb, and and I am dropping this normal bomb. Now, when I drop this bomb, so basically this bomb will hit the Earth's surface because I'm just dropping this normal bomb. So it is not any smart bomb; it is just a normal bomb. Now, if I am dropping this bomb and it is hitting the surface, so I don't have any idea that where on the surface it will hit the ground. Right? This is the first thing. Second thing, I don't even know what will be range of this bomb. Third thing, if I want to drop this bomb on any base of enemy, then my aircraft has to go near the base. Then only I can drop this bomb, because this bomb does not have any range. Now, here, this Tara glide weapon comes into the picture. So what will be the role of this Tara? This Tara glide weapon acts like a kit. So what you will do, you will add this kit to this normal bomb, and this kit will convert this normal bomb into a smart bomb. Then after becoming smart bomb, what will be the advantages? Its range will increase. Now this bomb, which was earlier unguided, now it will be guided. So you can well predict its trajectory, where this bomb is going to go, where this bomb is going to hit. And even if you want to attack the enemy's base, then it's no longer important for your aircraft to go near the enemy's base. So basically, this is the basic idea, that Tara glide weapon is basically a kit. This kit, if you combine with the normal unguided bomb, so it converts that normal bomb into a smart bomb. And hence, instead of purchasing the expensive equipments, expensive defense equipments, you can use your old unguided normal bombs and you can convert into smart. Okay, good afternoon, good afternoon. Now, this article is about the successful maiden flight trial of the tactical advanced range augmentation weapon. Okay. I think we discussed each and everything. Tara is India's first indigenous glide weapon system. So I think we discussed that it is indigenous. That means it is built by India. Now it is basically a modular range extension kit. So I've already discussed, right? It is kind of kit which will convert your normal unguided bombs or warheads into a smart bomb or warheads. So what is the main advantage of this? This means that India can use old bombs more effectively instead of buying expensive new guided weapons. So instead of expending more on the new guided weapons or new defense equipments, India can use the old bombs. Okay, so I think this was it for this article. Now, next article is related to Hanta virus. So recently, there were many suspected cases of Hanta virus outbreak on a cruise ship near the coast of Tenerife. So coast of Tenerife is a part of Canaries Island, and Canaries Island is part of Atlantic Ocean. So first of all, you must have a basic idea. Okay, so these are the Canaries Island. This is the coast of Africa. These are Canaries Island, and this coast of Tenerife is part of Canaries Island only. So see, since we are discussing about the Hanta virus, so let's have a basic idea. Let's discuss some of the prelims related points. Okay, so first of all, Hanta virus, what is the main carrier of Hanta virus? So this virus is mainly carried by rodents. Okay, and rodents also, from rodents also, which type of thing? So it is carried by the dried rodent droppings. So see, first of all, let's consider this. For example, these are the droppings of rodents. After a period of time, these droppings will become dry, and now these dried droppings will mix with the dust in the surroundings, and this dust can be inhaled by the human beings. And after you inhale this dust of the rodent droppings, you can easily be infected by Hanta virus. So basically, rodent droppings are the important carriers. Other carriers are the rodent saliva and urine. So basically, whenever these things become airborne, this virus can easily spread. Now, two important type of illness are caused by these virus. So basically, two type of organs are mainly infected by this virus. First organ is the lung, second organ is kidney. So first is the hantavirus pulmonary syndrome. Pulmonary syndrome means related to lungs. So it is a respiratory illness and has high fatality rate of about around 40%. Second type of no illness is related to kidney. So it is called hemorrhagic fever with renal syndrome. So it is related to infection of kidneys. So what is, from prelims point of view, what is important for you? First of all, what are the main carriers? So main carrier is the rodents, and in rodents also rodent droppings are the main carriers. And which type of organs it affects? So mainly it affects two organs. First is the kidney, and second is the lungs. Now, whenever you read about any disease or any microorganism, so specific therapy or treatment is very important to know. So there is no specific therapy for hantavirus infection, very, very important. So you have to focus on the supportive care. So no specific therapy is available for the hantavirus, and you have to focus on the preventive treatment only. Now, our next article is related to semaglutide generics. So basically, this article is related to anti-obesity drugs. Okay. So here, basically, the article is saying that the prevalence of anti-obesity drugs in Indian market is increasing a lot. And what is the reason for that? Reason is the rising cases of obesity as well as lifestyle diseases. Lifestyle diseases like diabetes, like cancer, like cardiovascular diseases, and various other diseases. No, we cannot say it as a disease, but it is a condition. For example, thyroid or PCOD. So these all conditions are related to increasing weight or increasing obesity in human beings. So because of that, anti-obesity drug market is increasing a lot in India. Now, when we are talking about anti-obesity, so two main drugs are in news from a lot of time. So first is the semaglutide and second is tirzepatide. So UPSC can ask a very simple question. The terms semaglutide as well as tirzepatide were recently in news. They are related to what? So basically, they are related to the anti-obesity treatment. Please remember this. Now, it is very important for us to know about the basic functioning of semaglutide as well as tirzepatide. Basically, semaglutide works through a GLP-1 hormone. What is GLP-1 hormone? It is glucagon-like peptide-1 hormone. So see, if we talk about the GLP-1 hormone, GLP-1 is a type of hormone, and this hormone is secreted by intestine. Okay, so important thing for you to know is what is GLP-1? GLP-1 is a type of hormone. This hormone is secreted. How it is secreted? So it is secreted by intestine. Now, what is the main purpose of GLP-1 hormone? Its main purpose is to regulate the insulin. Its main purpose is to make more and more insulin in our body. And what is the main purpose of insulin? Its main purpose is to lower down the sugar level in blood. This is the main purpose of this insulin. So basically, main function of GLP-1 hormone, which is released by intestine, its main purpose is to maintain the sugar level in the blood, and for that it regulates the production of insulin. Its second function is it also deals with obesity. How it deals with obesity? It reduces our appetite. It reduces our urge to eat anything. And if you eat less, hence your overall weight will reduce. So here GLP-1 can also be asked in exam. That GLP-1 was recently in news. It is related to what? So you must have an idea that GLP-1 is a type of hormone. How it is released? So it is released by the intestinal glands. What is its main purpose? So first purpose is to improve the insulin secretion, and second purpose is to reduce the appetite so that your weight can be reduced. Now, second kind of drug which we will be discussing is the tirzepatide. So tirzepatide is more advanced and is more what you can say is more fast in reducing the weight or in reducing the appetite. So tirzepatide works through two things. First is the GLP-1 and second is the GIP. GIP means glucose dependent insulinotropic polypeptide. So basically GIP also works with two things. First of all, it will regulate the insulin secretion in human body, and second thing, it will reduce the appetite, and hence your weight loss can happen. Okay, so next the article is discussing that because of this increasing prevalence of anti-obesity drugs, innovator molecules as well as generic versions in India are increasing. Innovator molecules, that means original patented drugs. Okay, and when the patent expires, then generic version of that particular medicine can be created. So basically here main point is that now anti-obesity drugs are becoming a larger part of public health response in India. And if more and more people are using anti-obesity drugs, because the rising cases of what you can say the non-communicable diseases, so since they are increasing, that's why government has to focus on these type of drugs more, because more and more people are requiring these kind of drugs, and hence government must focus on its regulation, and hence government must focus on the cost also. Yes, 20 years. Okay. Okay, very good. So after 20 years, the patent will expire, and after 20 years, the generic medicines can be made. Okay. Next article we have about the Janani platform. So recently, Janani platform was launched by Health Ministry, and its main purpose is to strengthen the maternal as well as child health care. So first of all, let's discuss a basic concept. See, Janani platform is nothing but a kind of diary of mother as well as babies. So it will track each and everything, and it will note each and everything related to the treatment or related to nutrition of mother and babies. See, for example, a woman got pregnant, and when the women got pregnant, you have to focus on many things. First of all, you have to focus on the regular checkups. You have to focus on the regular checkups, you have to focus on the vaccination, you have to focus on the treatment, you have to focus on the prenatal, natal and postnatal care. You have to focus on all these things. So basically journey platform will be a kind of diary which will note each and everything, and this noting will be in a smarter way, so that if a woman at present lives in state 1 and after 1 year she goes to state 2, then she will be having her entire records. This the card which will be given under this initiative, this will be portable, so that if a woman is in state 1, when she goes to state 2, so it's not like that she is not having any record. Through that card she can show each and everything, and her future health history can be shown to the doctor. So these are the main things related to journey platform. So let's discuss in detail now. So basically, what is journey platform? It is a type of digital platform, and its main purpose is to monitor and maintain digital health records of women. Okay, digital health records of women as well as the children during the reproductive age. That means what all things are required during the reproductive age. For example, medicines, regular checkup, medical test, etc., etc. So it will monitor and maintain the record, kind of diary. It is developed as an upgraded version of the existing RCH, that is reproductive and child healthcare portal. Now let's discuss the key feature of journey platform. So what are the key features? So first of all, it will introduce QR enabled digital mother and child health cards. So what are the main purpose of this QR enabled cards? So as I have already discussed, if a woman moves from state 1 to state 2, she will be having this card, and all the details, all her health details will be stored in this card. So easily she can show her health cards, health records in the state 2 also. Second thing is, it incorporates automated alerts for high-risk pregnancies, real-time dashboards for the supervisory review, a due list generation enabling timely tracking, monitoring as well as targeted intervention. So basically, whenever there is any high-risk situation related to pregnancy, so it has some of the features which can provide the high-risk alerts also. Next thing is, it has interoperability features. Interoperability feature, that means it can work with other kind of apps or platforms also. Interoperability features with UWIN. So basically, UWIN is related, platform is related to vaccination. For example, Poshan platform is related to nutrition. So this journey platform has interoperability with all the other related apps or features or platforms. So it will take data from all these apps, and hence it will create a comprehensive record comprehensive record of what? Of the complete reproductive timing of women as well as child. Okay, 20-year journey of antenatal neonatal. Okay. So journey of antenatal, natal, neonatal integrated care, digital records of pregnant women for long time. Okay, so basically it's kind of diary which is having all the kinds of digital records. Next, like one health card. Okay, UWIN portal. Okay. Next, you have the Yavari Tapiche territorial corridor. So recently this corridor was in news. So please read about this corridor, that what was the context related to which this corridor was in news, and please tell me the region or the country in which this corridor is located. Now a practice question for you. So with reference to Viksit Bharat Guarantee for Rozgar and Ajivika Mission 2025, consider the following statements. First is, the act replaces Mahatma Gandhi. Basically, the act replaces Narega Act of 2005. Second, it increases the statutory guarantee of unskilled wage employment per rural household. Third is, it retains the same open-ended demand-driven funding structure as Narega. So please go through the statements once again and please provide the answer in the comment section. Okay, so you are saying 1 and 2 only, 3 is wrong. Okay, correct. So here answer basically will be A, 1 and 2 only. Okay, so that's all for discussion from my side for today, and thank you. Have a nice day.